I will read anywhere. Give me a book. We're in the nook. A reading roundup. Hey guys, how's it going? I'm Sin. Welcome to the Book Nook. We're going to be doing a reading roundup today. That is where I go over everything that has been bookish in my week. What I'm reading, what I've finished, books I have picked up, and all that good stuff. So, let's start with our March Mammoth, which is Ghoul N The Cape by Josh Malerman. Look at this. It's huge. It's so big. I'm intimidated to read it. I can't wait to read it, though. As you know, and if you've been watching my videos, I've done several book reviews of Josh Malerman's books, been on a whirlwind tour of reading his books, and I love them so much. Each one is so spectacularly different with their characters and the scenery, and just this book too. I've heard so much good stuff. I'm so freaking excited about this. Oh, and this is one of the special editions from Earthling Publications. So it's got the number is JM for Josh Malerman, and it's got his signature. And it's freaking beautiful, you guys. It's so beautiful. There was 1,000 numbered and 26 lettered copies, and I was lucky enough to get one, and let me just carefully not mess up this dust jacket. Okay. This is my March Mammoth that I will be reading this month. I'm going to start it. I was thinking about doing a vlog for this one because, sorry, the reflection of the lights, that's better. I was thinking about doing a vlog for this one because I haven't done one of those yet, and I'd really like to try it. But yeah, I'm so excited for this book. Yes. Now, books that I have finished recently, I just finished The Wrong End of the Telescope, and I still don't know how to say this name, so please don't yell at me for butchering it if I do. I believe it's Rabih, Alammedine, and it was a fantastic read. It was very emotional. It's about a transgender woman doctor, and she goes to Greece to help with the refugees that are coming in. You get all these vignettes of her life and then being there and being present, and it was beautifully written. Very beautiful and very well done. I had a little bit of confusion though with I'm going to set this down. The way some of the chapters were narrated, sometimes I couldn't tell who the narrator was supposed to be. I didn't know if it was still her narrating her own life or the author narrating it. And then I didn't understand if the author who was narrating was the author who wrote this book. So there was some confusion on that. But besides that, it was really fantastic, and I really enjoyed it. So a little confusion on the narration part, but beautifully written. They had some of the chapter names were just hilarious. There was one that was called like Butt Whiffing in the West, and I don't know. It was just really well written, and I really enjoyed it. That was a good one. The Wrong End of the Telescope. It looks a little weird because, green screen and all that jazz. So that was a book I finished. I just also started All Day is a Long Time by David Sanchez. And this is a story about drug addiction that starts when this kid is like 14 years old. And he tries crack. And then it's all downhill from there. And it's so well written. The way he describes stuff, it just paints this picture in your head. And it's so beautiful. And he writes from experiences in his own life. And it's such an just fan-freaking-tastic book. Obviously, it's sad and depressing. I'm about three quarters of the way through it, and oh man, I will probably finish this tonight, to be honest. It's just a really great read, the way this author writes. I don't know what else they've written. It doesn't say if there's any other books that this author has written. But it's absolutely fantastic so far. And I'm really, really enjoying it. All Day is a Long Time by David Sanchez. And I really like this cover. It's got that like whole sunset vibe over the ocean. So it takes place in Florida. So, you know, sunset, ocean, warmth. Okay, and so a couple other books that I picked up recently because PhenomenaCon 3 happened, which was a 3-day paranormal convention that has been held online, and it is run by Dana and Greg Newkirk of the Para Museum, which is they have a traveling museum of the paranormal and occult, but due to the current situation with COVID and the world, they had not been traveling and doing conventions, and so they started PhenomenaCon, which it was the first ever paranormal convention, and they did it online, and this is the third one, and it gets better and better each time. Like, such good presenters and such good speakers. And so I picked up 2 books, which were 2 of the speakers. They had Amy Bruni from Kindred Spirits was on, so I got her book, Life with the Afterlife. I've been meaning to pick this up for a while anyway, and so looking forward to reading this. And if you'd like, I will give you a little synopsis and we'll see. We'll tell you what it's all about. So Amy Bruni is on Kindred Spirits. Her and Adam Berry, they are the co-producers and co-stars of the show. So in Life with the Afterlife, she reveals the surprising insights that she has gleaned and the unwavering truths that have shaped her unique approach to interacting with the spirits of the dead and those who encounter them. So through her fact-based research and wildly entertaining prose, Amy relays how she uncovers backstories that eerily explain and corroborate apparitions, and how recognizing that ghosts are people that can help us move from fear to empathy. From stories of her earliest supernatural encounters as a child, through her years on Ghost Hunters, and the creation of her company Strange Escapes, which offers paranormal excursions to some of America's most notoriously haunted destinations. And into her current work on Travel Channel's Kindred Spirits, this book is full of astonishing and deeply moving tales of Amy's efforts to better understand the dead but not yet departed. So, in the theme of paranormal, which I'm pretty into. So yeah, Life with the Afterlife. 13 Truths I Learned About Ghosts by Amy Bruni. Sorry for the shine. It's that Mylar again. Mylar. And then another one of the speakers was Peter Bebergal. I picked up this book, Season of the Witch, How Occult Saved the Rock and Roll. So he has another book that I've read called Strange Frequencies, which was part of the Paramuseum's book club. They have a book club that they do, and they read different paranormal books, and it's pretty fantastic. So I've heard some very interesting things from being part of that. He was one of the speakers and kind of went into and had a presentation kind of all about like occult and rock and roll and all that good stuff. And so that sounded really interesting, right in my wheelhouse. So I picked up this book, Season of the Witch, which they had at the library. Big proponent of the library over here. We're going to read you a little snippet. All right. So, from the hoodoo-inspired sounds of Elvis Presley to the Eastern Odysseys of George Harrison, from the dark dalliances of Led Zeppelin to the Illuminati imagery of today's hip-hop scene, the occult has long breathed life into rock and hip-hop, and indeed esoteric and supernatural traditions are a key ingredient behind the emergence and development of rock and roll. With vivid storytelling and laser-sharp analysis, writer and critic Peter Bebergal illuminates this web of influences to produce the definitive work on how occult shaped and saved popular music. It sounded pretty fascinating to me, so I'm excited to get into that. And another thing too that I've been torn about having a star rating system. And so let me know what you guys think about star rating systems, because I feel like with some books there's so much more than just like, okay, You know, you get 1 through 5, right? And sometimes just like the nuance in a book, the way it's written, there's things like I can absolutely love and adore about a book, but then at the same time, stuff that I also really dislike. And so I don't know, I guess maybe I feel guilty. I don't like towards the author. Do authors like having a star rating, or would they prefer someone to just be like talk about what they really loved and then what they didn't like as much? I'm very still on the fence about this whole star rating system. So I'm going to keep, I guess, doing it for now, and then have, you know, as I was kind of doing, like add like, you know, half stars and maybe quarter stars as well, just to make it a little bit more fine-tuned, you know. But let me know what you guys think. Like I watched a few videos here on YouTube, and some people are all for it, some are not, don't want to have them. Others have their own crazy kind of rating system. So I'm still trying to figure out if I want to do the star rating system. I don't know. But anywho, thank you guys. Thanks for joining me for a reading roundup today. I think I'm going to try to do these, I don't know, once a week or every other week. If you like them, let me know down in the comments. If it's interesting for you to see like what I've been reading, like what I finished, what I started, what I picked up, what I'm going to be doing, my thoughts on bookish things, let me know. And if you enjoy stuff about books and my ramblings, like, subscribe, turn on those notifications, come back, see me again. And then until next time, we'll see you later. Bye!